Eileen has literally fired the entire of Fiore just to even do some damage to this motherfucker Agnologia, and a huge revelation about who she is. Turns out as well that she may not even be Urza's mother at all, but it could be the other way around, that she could be actually Urza's daughter. We got to start off with the August stuff though, ladies and gentlemen, though. We got to start off with like August immediately releasing a bunch of fucking magic straight away, and we can see that Brandis, she just collapsed after that, after just like seeing like she just stabbed her. I tell you what, she like considers her grandpa, just like after everything, and it's just like she's just down and out, and like literally as this magic spell is going off, releasing into everything like that, he just goes dissolve into oblivion. So I'm imagining right there, as we can see everyone's now getting hit, screaming by that, I imagine at that point, I think Mess might have wanted to use his teleport by now, you know. I want to get out of that little bit of that direction there, like I'm just saying, because, you know, there's a big, like, fucking attack, like, just a slight one in there, because, you know, when a guy as powerful as August says dissolve into oblivion, then, you know, to the fact that you can see this spell all the way at the Fairy Tail Guild. And like everyone's there like that's a beast. Yeah, I ain't fucking with that. Like it's just like who'd be like so stupid enough to go and engage something like that? Oh Jesus Christ, Natsu's there. It's like what has he done? And finding out that probably that this is all gonna be Mess' fault from the start of this. But we go to the underground part of Fairy Tail where we get to see Kana is using the fairy glitter to actually like burn out the crystal itself and free Mavis after all this time, and injection that she had of her like just completely break. And it seems like after being in that crystal for so long, as they like literally said that her body was able to seemingly recover and all that, and it's like she even said as well as she like was free that she's like clearly like seemingly like now like she's got like muscular like atrophy, which pretty much if you don't know it's like since she hasn't used her body in so long, she's just pretty much just like she can't really use it. So she's got to like pretty much build up the muscles back again in her body in some way. And just Eileen, my god, she is a sheer monster from the entirety of this, and it's just like, and she's a high enchanter. She enchants like the land and stuff to even do fucking damage. I love that Agnologia is loving this, absolutely having a blast. And he's just like, yeah, this is what I want. Literally all he does is lift off his hand and cause out an explosion, and you can clearly see like from what we can see of Eileen that she's just able to easily just like flip around and dodge, and it's just like, yeah, considering that you learned your stuff from the Black Wizards, I've got to say, you caught my interest. You got as they're like in a giant hole. They ain't even serious yet and they've already done this much damage. And just Alina's always going, oh, don't say that, you're making me blush. Like, I love badass bitches like that, where like, you know, they're trying to flirt with them and trying to be a little bit like a badass at the same time. It's like shit, like, look, like, everything I've heard about you just, like, it's true and all that. You are certainly like a reason why His Majesty fears you so much. Oh, but what, like, once and how when it like Fairy Heart falls into his hands and all that, I do indeed wonder what happens. Like, even just Agnologia's eyebrows, right? Are you saying that this Black Wizard would become an existence that even surpasses me? And she's just like, I'm merely just acknowledging that possibility right there. The human ones and all that, like, you know, you can't forget about that in the way you choose words. Like, you're trying to think that you're a completely different thing now. It's like, in a technical term, Agnologia is dragon / human. I mean, he originally was human, but what she just decides to say is just like, you know what? Oh no, His Majesty is also somewhere enjoying all this game. So why don't we bring this war to its swift conclusion? And just, he's like, there going, what the fuck? Even I don't know this magic. What the fuck is this? Like, everything started glowing. What you're about to witness did not exist 400 years ago. If you even travel back further back in the annals of history, that there would still be no record of this magic. Why? Because of this is the magic of the new era. And it's like the earth itself is like enchanting the earth, and it's just like, all of Fiore I'm enchanting right now. Who the fuck are you, Eileen? And just her final words, I am Eileen. I hope we meet again, oh great Agnologia. And just this light just starts going off, and everyone's getting like engulfed in it, and just world reconstruction magic, Universe 1, and that was what we was waiting for, to see that. And with the title of the next chapter, the countdown is over, and as the next chapter is just called Fairy Tail Zero. Now, a lot of people noticing that that's like, especially me as well, when I heard about like exactly what this title was going to be called. A lot of us was losing our minds because like, shit, like, is this going to have something to do with Mavis or Zera? Like, is there going to be something new that we didn't know about? Because like, like the countdown is finally over. What's happening? Was it like all leading up to like this whole big thing with Acnologia, and to have that reveal that like Elene all this time, like as like a lot of us was taken away thinking that this is Ursa's mother. Completely wrong. It's that she's from the future. She's from like, she's clearly, if it's at this point now, she's clearly like Ursa's daughter or an ancestor of Ursa. So not only is like Xerath at this point getting demons, he's getting like all kinds of people on his side and all that, like all that. He's got the greatest like magician at this current time, like, you know, like August, like one there. He's got God Serena, you know, he's got like all these people, Ian there, like he's got all of them. Demons there, like Bradman, and like Mex as well, like he's got everything there. And now he's even got a magician from the future, and that's why those two are considered so fucking powerful, because you got one from the past and like one from the future. And like even with that Acnologia, this is definitely going to take him on surprise, since like he's probably one of the most knowledgeable people next to Xerath and like August, and it's like even with a spell like that, he does not know what to do against. It's like, it's going to be interesting to see how much damage this actually does to Acnologia, if this is actually going to injure him quite slightly, because I'm really curious to see what exactly this is going to do to the guy. And just having like a little bit of like showmanship of like exactly what his powers are, like how he can do. It's like the fact that he's so strong at this point that he can just like, with the sheer like lifting on his hand, he can just make the earth just scream and just roar. And just honestly, this display of Elene is like very interesting, and I'm kind of curious exactly what exactly is she like to everyone now. Like what is her world? Is it the world that, you know, future Lucy came from, or is she really further into the future? Like, I'm very curious about that, like how far it is. But if that's honestly the case and all that she's like doing that, then she's got to be like Ursa's daughter. She's got to be like something a lot more like that. If she's not Ursa's daughter, it's got to be an ancestor of her, because like the question is like, we don't know how far in the future she is in here. But like, that was a real good thing, and I think a few people might have not caught that on that chapter, and I was like, that is fucking impressive right there. I was like, people say, oh, here he does ridiculous things. I don't think anyone was sexing her. Like, we thought she was a fucking mom at that point. Like, I mean, I was expecting her to be a fucking mom, but it's like, no, seems like we got a fucking daughter or a granddaughter or an ancestor in her hand. I like to put my bet saying like it's probably not too far in the future. I'd like to say that this is probably Ursa's daughter. I mean, look at, I guess on the bright side, I guess she's gonna turn into a fine woman. I guess like Ursa's got that thing, and I think we can pretty much guarantee as well Jalal might be the daddy and all that. Like it's a generation, although like with the like obviously with her last name, it hasn't got Fernandez or it hasn't got like Scarlet in it. The only thing that we know about it is like it's just the nickname of the Scarlet Despair. So there's the question, is like, you know, that's where it's leading, is like, okay, is she an ancestor or is she like the granddaughter of Ursa? So it's like, you know, that's the only thing about that, or did she like purposely change her name? There's a lot of good questions going into that. I feel like I can go a little bit more into that, but I might do that through a discussion maybe next time and all that. But other than that, I fucking love this chapter. I was generally like, just seeing Acnologia, I was like, I'm head over heels of that. Like, surprisingly, I thought we was going to see a little bit more of like the August stuff though, to be fair, and like Mavis being released and like all this destruction, and like a lot of people saying, well, how are they going to survive this and all that, like how a lot of people are going to like take out, if that is the case of this spell, if it isn't like, you know, that's what's happening. Like honestly, like we've seen like different kind of magics, the defensive magics are all probably from like August's side, like maybe like at that point like we got to see like maybe Mess was able to teleport them out there. I mean, we've seen stuff like Fairy Spear before, so it's like something where that actually stopped the blow from Acnologia. So I don't know, like I think like it happens and all that, we'll honestly have to wait and see. So honestly we'll have to wait and see like what's gonna be happening. But I fucking love that chapter, and just the shocking thing about like what we got to see from like Elene right there. It's like sheer power, and knowing this is why she's like one of the most powerful there, because her fucking powers are not of this time. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to be happening. But that's apart from that, I'm going to give that a 9.5 out of 10. Really looking forward to the next chapter. Fairy Tail Zero has definitely piqued my interest. So how do you think the Fairy Tail, like all of them, going to survive, or do you think that the spell itself is just going to be hitting Acnologia, or as well August and like going against that Natsu thing? Do you think they're going to escape from there, like using Mess? Although that piece of shit that fucking deserves to get killed. And also as well, don't forget, we've always got this defense thing. Maybe Mavis last minute could use Fairy Spear, like trying to get that out, like trying to protect him after seeing the spell. We'll have to wait and see, but there's a lot of things that can happen and all that. So that's all from me. So thank you so much for watching. As always, you love Fairy Tail as much as I do. Remember, hit that like and that subscribe. That's all from me, so I'll see you guys next time.